Yeah, very good morning. So we were just discussed about all file handling functions, etc. in the previous videos. Here our focus would be revolving around text file handling in C language. So we'll just go ahead. All the text file handling in C language is done via putting up characters which are encoded using ASCII code. And these text files are stored as a sequence of characters with each line separated by a new line characters. Some of the text files that we realize on over that it is a text file is most of these files have an extension of .txt, .doc or .docx, any Excel files, HTML files, your source files, any programmable source files that is .c, .cpp, .py with respect to Python and .java. All these files act as text files. So we will just go ahead and see how to work on text files in C language. Already these what are the different functions that you can carry out on a text files were listed early in the video, but still as a refreshing entity we are doing it. Text files can be further categorized as unformatted functions or formatted functions. Unformatted functions, purely if you are working on characters and all, we just use fgetc and fputc functions. Whereas if we are directly working on strings, we get ahead with fgetS, fputS. When we work on numeric numbers into a file, then we use getw and putw. Further, we have formatted functions like fscanf, fprintf. In all the unformatted functions, we will not get a privilege of formatting them and placing in the files, but fscanf, fprintf will help us to format data and put up them in the files in a very detailed formatted way. Whereas in a particular text file, we wanted to work on a random mode, get into a random place and then do some operations on the file, we use the functions fseek, ftell and rewind. Whereas we have whenever it is binary files, we have fread and fwrite. We will just move ahead very clearly with text files and we will discuss in detail about how to work with the simple text files using fgetc. This will help you to read a single character either from a file, or we can place one single character into the file. So fgetc basically helps you to read, whereas fputc will help you to write one single character into a file. So this is a general syntax with respect to fgetc. We use the file pointer stream, the pointer towards which file we have opened as in parameter. And if we are successful in reading a character, it returns that character that is being read, or otherwise if we are trying to read beyond end of file mark and all, it returns -1. Hence the return type of this is an integer. The character return also is in terms of an integer, but in an ASCII decoded form. fputc will help us to write a character into the file. It writes characters in the current position, and it advances the file position to the next location. This is an inbuilt feature of all file handling function, is to extend the file pointer automatically by 1 byte if we are writing a character and 2 bytes if we are writing a number. Here also, as long as it is success, it returns a character. Otherwise, if an error occurs, like reading beyond end of file mark, or if there is an error in the file opening and all, it returns -1. So we will see a program with respect to this, and we'll just go ahead with small programs for a clear understanding. So let me show, we are just using Dev C++ for doing the file operations. So we will see a program, a very simple program to create a text file. That means we will open an empty file and we'll try to write content into the file. So for doing this, we require a file pointer, because file is a predefined data type where all the information related to the file will be saved. We have already discussed in the previous uh, previous content. Now, ch is a character variable which helps you to either read a character or to retrieve data from the file or anything. And see, for opening a text file and for storing some data into this, we need to give some name here. If a name is given here, it is a static way of giving a file name. And W is the write mode. That means you can write content into this file name called text.txt. So giving an extension of .txt is an optional thing. This will only give a more detailing information about the file. When you open a file, we have to have a clarity about whether are we successful in opening the file or not. Hence, we have to handle the error. And if the fopen function is going to return a null pointer, then we are unsuccessful in creating the file. Otherwise, we can keep writing text into the file. So ch is equivalent to getChar is a function which helps you to read a character into a character variable called ch. And we always cross check as long as it is not equivalent to end of file mark, because all files will end with end of file mark. And if you want to give it as an input, we give it using Control Z as an input. The moment you read and you find it is not equivalent to end of file mark, then you can place your character into the file pointer. fputc is going to place whatever is there in the character variable ch towards the file pointer. And all fputc or any file handling function has an inbuilt feature of extending the file pointer to the next location. Now, once the write operation is completed, and when you want to stop giving input towards the file, we use Control Z as an end of file mark, and you will be out of the while loop. And after that, we are going to close your file pointer in a write mode. So this is a very small, simple program. We will just see how to run the code and see it. So let's compile the code and run it. So since we are successful in creating a text file, we have already given in information to add a text. So I will be just adding some text. Welcome to VNR VJET. And now I would like to stop here. So we can give here Control Z. This would will be marked as an end of file mark. Just give an enter key. So this gives us like the file has been successfully created. Now it's a question of checking whether the file has been successfully created or not. So I request everybody to create your own folder in this and see about the executable version of the file, as well as whether the file text file is created in the same path or not. So let's see what is there in this text file. Whatever we have typed as welcome to VNR VJET is stored. So this is a very simple program to create a text file. So once again, I would just like to browse through the code so that we will get an idea about how it is happening, and then we can go ahead with the code. So once again, I'll just go through. We need to open a file pointer and open the file. Whatever file name you want to give here, you mention it in the write mode, because we are going to create a file. And if we are successful in creating opening a file for giving input, then fp will not return null. It will be returning the starting address of the file named as text.txt. And from there, we will be reading every character from the keyboard using getChar function. And we will check whether that character is not equivalent to end of file mark. And if it is not, then we are going to place it into the file. And of course, the file pointer goes to the next location. And the moment you want to stop, we stop using Control Z. And the file pointer is closed in a write mode. So this is how we can create text files. Another small execution I just would like to close here. So we will write here, I am a student at PNR. VJEC. Now we would like to stop here, Control Z. This is how we quit the creation of the file. Let's move into the folder to check whether the text file has been created or not. And then we can understand whether we are successful in creating the same text file. So if the same name is being given, the content is just overwritten. Again and again, the file is overwritten. So that gets us to how we can just create a text file. So this is a very simple program which helps us to create a text file. We will just close this as a creation of a simple text file program. So in the last program, we have seen how to create a text file, text.txt. Now what we are going to do in this program is to ensure that the text file, we are going to open it in a read mode and we will extract the content. Suppose if we are unable to open this file in the read mode, or if the file is not existing, then we have to handle such error, and in all such cases, the file pointer returns null. So we will see both the cases. We already know that we have created text.txt early, and let's see whether the same content has been retrieved or not. So for the viewers, I would like to show what is there in text.txt before moving ahead. So let me show you what is there in text.txt as a sample. So we will create, I will just show. So we will run the first file code and then we will see how it is working, and then we'll go ahead with the extraction process. So let's compile this and execute this, compile and run. And we have seen that when we have opened the file, the content is not there, and for these reasons we are not getting any content. Suppose we have a file1.c is a program that we have already done. Let's see. Okay, we have seen in the previous case how to create a text file. This is a program which helps you to create a text file. We'll create the file by executing it. So I'm just writing some content. I am at VNR VJEC, and this is the content that we have written, and this is what we will try to extract from the file. So this is the file we have created. Now your file2 program, this is a program which is going to extract from the text.txt file. So we have already written in that I am at VNR VJEC. So let's see whether we are able to retrieve the content in the file or not. So first of all, text.txt should be created, and we have already created text.txt. So we will be able to extract the content, what is there in this file, using a function called fgetc. Fgetc uses the file pointer as an argument and returns a character. On successful read, it will be returning characters, and this will continue reading characters as long as you don't reach end of file. The moment a character is read, we will place this on the screen. Putchar is a function which will print a character on the screen. So let's see how it is runs. So here we are able to see that the file content is I am at VNR VJEC. So we have seen in the early case that we are successfully created text.txt file, and this is the content of the file. What I would like to again show to you is, suppose I am trying to open a file called text1.txt which is not yet created. Let's see whether the error is handled or not. Let's run it. Because text1.txt is not existing, we'll get the file does not exist, because we have handled that through a error handling function when the file pointer returns null. So in this case, if text1.txt is not existing, it will return null. So this is a very simple program to understand how we can extract content from an existing file, or if the file is existing, we will be able to retrieve the content. Otherwise, we will not be able to retrieve the content from the file. So once again, I would like to brief up. This is a simple program which helps you to retrieve content from a file if it is existing. Otherwise, it will not be retrieving the content from the file. So this is a very simple program for us. fgetc is a function which will read a character from the file, and it will automatically enhance the file pointer to the next location, and the process continues as long as you don't reach the end of file. And every character that you are going to extract, you just place it on the screen. So we have as of now seen two different programs. One program we are able to just create a text file. This is one. And we have seen other program which will help you to extract content from a text file if it is existing. And now what we are going to do is this program will help you to both do a combination of both the things together in the same thing. We will create a text file, and at the same time we will extract the content from the text file. So this part of the code from here to here, it is for creation, and for the remaining part it is for extracting the content. So we are just clubbing both the content into the same file. So here I would like to just change the text file name, and I wanted to give it as some sample.txt sample. And I already showed to you that we don't require .txt extension or anything. It can be just a file name without any extension. Extensions keep adding in more information about the file, like is it a text file, is it a doc file, or is it a PDF file or something. Now a sample is a file which is opened in a write mode, and if we are successful in creating the file, we'll go and enter the text content. And we keep entering the text until we don't reach end of file content. Now we close the file pointer in the write mode because the writing entire content is done, and we open the file in a read mode. So here the file name that you have given is sample dot, and we are opening the same file in a read mode. If we are successful in opening the file in a read mode, or if the file is existing, then the file pointer will not be receiving null. It will receive the starting address of the file, and we'll extract the content and put it on the screen. So we have just clubbed both the programs into a single thing. This is a program which helps you to create as well as extract the content. So let's see the execution process about this. So this is a text file we are going to create. I am a student of VNR, VJ, IET, located at Bachpally. So this is what I just would like to close. And I would like to close here by using Control Z, come out, and the extraction process is shown at the bottom point. What is a file and what is that I've already stored in the file. This is creation as well as we have extracted and shown it on the screen. So once again, I would like to say, without closing the file in a write mode, the file pointer will exist at the end of the file. From there, you can't read the content. Every time you open a file using fopen, the file pointer is reset to the beginning of the file. That's how we need to open again, and we need to also see whether we are in the right mode for accessing the file. So the first mode of accessing is write mode. The second mode of accessing the file is we wanted to read it, extract it. Hence, it should be in a read mode. So this gives you a clear understanding about how we can create a text file and how we can extract content from the text file. So we'll go ahead with another example program. This is a program to create a text file, and in the text file, whatever is the content is there, we will extract every character and decide on whether it is a vowel or is it a consonant. And we will separate these vowels and consonants into two different files called vowel and consonant. It's a very simple program. First, we will create a text file. We have already seen how to create a text file. So this part of the code which helps us to create a text file. So we will open sample.txt is the file name where we are going to create a text file. We have opened that in the write mode. And if we are successful, we keep storing reading data from the keyboard using getchar. We'll store it in the file using a file pointer by using a function fputc. After this, we'll close the file pointer in the write mode, and now it is to separate vowels and consonants. So we'll open the same sample.txt file in a read mode, and the file pointer is fp. But if we wanted to store the vowels and the consonants into two more different files, then we require two more file pointers. For example, that's how we have declared 3 file pointers: one the original file, one word file vowel pointer, and the other is consonant pointer. So all these three, the sample.txt is opened in the read mode, and the vowel file that you are going to create is again opened in the write mode. The consonant file that we are going to create is again opened in the write mode. And that's how the file pointer names have to be different. So we just made sure it is mapping to the file name. We gave it as VPCP like this. And if we are successful in opening the sample.txt in the read mode, it's the question of extracting. fgetc will extract every character from the file and assign it to the character variable. And the process continues as long as you don't reach the end of file mark. Every character that you are going to extract, first of all, it should be an alphabet. So we are using a function isAlpha, which is a predefined function in ctype.h header file. We have included that. So I'll just show you that we have included ctype.h header file. Here all character handling functions are stored. So it will check if it is an alphabet. There comes a question of checking whether it is a vowel or consonant. So if it is alpha, if it is true, that's a meaning, then A, E, I, O, U are the vowels. Similarly, capital A, E, capital E, capital, all capital versions of A, E, I, O, U are also vowels. But the number of cases will be more, hence we will convert whether it is a uppercase or a smaller case, everything into a lower case, just for an ease of making sure that we only compare it with the one type of case, that is a lower case. So we just convert it to the lower case, which is again a predefined function in ctype.h. So whatever is there in that ch is converted to lower and cross-checked whether it belongs to A, E, I, O, U. In all these cases, we will put such characters, whatever is there in that ch, into the vowel file. How will we know is we are using VP, a file pointer pointing to the file called as vowel. And if all these fails, the default case is, because if it's an alphabet already, the default case would be always it is a consonant. Hence we are using a consonant pointer, that is CP. So like this, the vowel file and the consonant file will be created. Now we are closing the file pointer of sample.txt in the read mode and the vowel file pointer in the write mode and consonant pointer in the write mode. All these pointers are closed. Now we will open the vowel file in a read mode. We assume that the content is moved into the vowel file. Yes, if we are unsuccessful, the vowel pointer will get, VP will get null. Otherwise, we can extract content from the vowel pointer, assign it to the character variable and then place it on the screen. And once again close the vowel pointer in the read mode. Similarly, the consonant file is opened in the read mode, and if we are successful, again we are extracting content from the consonant file. We all know that the consonant file is having CP as a pointer towards the consonant file, and we extract as long as we don't reach the end of file mark, and then we place that into the file. Every time you create and close a file, by default an end of file mark will be added to the file. So let's see the execution part of this. We'll run the code. And we would just, I would like to just give VNR VJET. Then move ahead. And let's see, among VNR VJET, we can see that the consonants are IE. And the rest all should be moved, IE are the vowels, and the rest all should be moved to the consonant file. Let's see. So the vowel file content is IE, and the consonant file content, we can see that the remaining all letters, that VNR and VJT, are copied into consonant file. So this is a very simple program on text files where we are just trying to separate the vowels and the consonants. So thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.